So what's the difference between an average student, a good student, and a great student? Well, it turns out that great students have something in common. In fact, they have three things in common. First, they dismiss the myth of intelligence. You know, many kids think, well, in order to do well in school, you're smart or you're not, and you have to be smart to get top grades. But that's simply not true. Great students know that through perseverance and hard work, anything's possible and they can achieve those high marks. And when things get tough, they're willing to pick themselves back up, dust themselves off, and keep on going. Second, they use study guides. In fact, research shows there's a direct correlation between the number of study guides that kids use to prepare for exams and grade point average. Well, what does that mean? First of all, it means that when these students get a study guide from their teachers, they not only just fill it out and read it and learn from it, but they actually fill it out 3 times and they study it over and over. If they're not given a study guide, in math, for example, they'll rework problems from their book or the back of their chapter or problems that were given to them in class. Or if they have a history exam, for example, they'll go through the book or their notes and they'll take those main headlines, turn them into questions, and basically try to predict what the teacher is going to put on that test and create their own version of the test. And they do this many times over. Lastly, these kids don't just schedule study time, but they schedule what they love to do first. So here's an example. When kids are struggling, they often want to turn things around for themselves. So they'll take this buckle down approach and say, all right, from 4 to 5, I'm going to study. And then from 5 to 6, I'm going to go to soccer practice. And then from 6 to 9, I'm going to study again. That usually doesn't work. It's just too hardcore. Instead, what these top students do is they schedule things that they like to do first. So for example, if they want to play a video game or they want to talk to their friends or hang out, they'll actually make time for that in their calendar, either daily or weekly, and then they'll put their study information around those fun things. Now, when they list their study information, they don't just write down study, because that's vague and not specific, but they'll write down specifically what they're going to do. Biology questions, page 54, 1 through 8. So specificity matters when it comes to studying, and so do these 3 points when it comes to top students.